And just a little note to Nikki, she's not gonna win. She's not gonna win. But if she did, she would be under investigation by those people in 15 minutes. And I could tell you 5 reasons why already. Not big reasons, a little stuff that she doesn't want to talk about, but she will be under investigation within minutes. And so would Ron have been, but he decided to get out. He decided to get out.
So he's just threatening her. That's all it is. He's couching it as the deep state will come for her or whatever. But what is that? The five things I could tell you, little things she doesn't want you to know about. What are you talking about? Well, first of all, let's be very clear. Let's cut through the weird mob boss like threats. He means literally nothing. That is not a reference to anything, except he wants you to think that she is harboring crimes or whatever. It is designed to threaten her, not for the future, to protect her against Joe Biden or whatever. He doesn't care about that. Nikki Haley has nothing to worry about from Joe Biden. That is him making threats. And also like showing, look at Ron DeSantis, he would have been in real trouble, but he bent down and he kissed the knee. And now I love him, he's great. I don't call him putting fingers at all or anything. And so this, like, that's who they chose. The guy with the 91 indictments, the guy who routinely threatens, basically everyone who stands up to him. And it's not just Nikki Haley. He was making these sorts of threats against Casey DeSantis, implying that he knew something about her. He always does this. With Ted Cruz, he was implying that there was something about Ted Cruz's wife that might come out or whatever. He did the same thing with Ron DeSantis. He is always making these never defined, vague assertions that there's something lurking in the background that is a combination of projection because he knows what he has done in the past and just obvious threats. And why wouldn't he make these threats? The party apparatus can't do anything to reel him in. He's still got every other one of the people who ran against him, clapping in the background and smiling like idiots. And we'll talk more about some of them, including Tim Scott and some of the stuff that he said. But Sharon, it's ridiculous that this continues. Like that there's no line that he can cross that will cause the base to turn against him. What do you think?
I think you're absolutely right. And it plays right into who he is. He's not a good student, not well read, doesn't really understand what's going on or sometimes where he is or who's the president running against him, where he is, what race he's in. But I think not only does it play to who he is, he has strategists, informal, formal, whatever, the two Steves, Miller, Bannon, they're cheering him on. They're saying, go for it, get nastier. And we'll keep coming up with little things that, as you said, they really don't mean anything, but they're gaslighting. He's a chief gaslighter. And we'll see, Nikki Haley seems the type that she'll not answer it, rise above it, but everything that he's projecting onto her are things that really hurt him, things that he hates that people say about him. As you mentioned, criminal, under indictment, cheater, the judge said rape. So these are things that will be projected, maybe not the rape part, but there's some other things that I've talked about in the past that he'll be drudging up and doing and spinning and pretending. It's very sad, but look at your life, America. This is what we're doing.
It seems similar to how he, because he's facing all these investigations, because he can't go 5 minutes without breaking some law, some needless criminal act. He has to imply that Joe Biden has broken all of these laws. They have to, and his supporters will always do the same. Like, rather than raising their standards for him, they just have to imply that everyone is as bad as one of the most brazen criminals in American political history. And by the way, while everyone's trying to figure out what it is that Nikki Haley did that he could be alluding to, within the next week or two, we're gonna find out how much Donald Trump owes to E. Jean Carroll for just some of the defamation and sexual abuse that he did. There's other defamation that will have to be adjudicated in courtrooms probably for the rest of his life because he's never gonna stop. And also we're gonna find out how much he owes in the civil fraud lawsuit in New York as well. So Donald Trump, in the wake of winning Iowa and New Hampshire, and dominating the states going forward, could potentially be on the hook for literally hundreds of millions of dollars in civil penalties for a variety of different crimes, both personal and sexual, as well as business and fraud related. So that's fun. And what's more fun is it's not gonna hurt him at all. Like, Nikki Haley can't even rely on the fact that he's gonna be just slammed with penalties over the next few weeks for the crimes that he committed. and it's not gonna hurt him. In fact, it might actually help him in the polls, Sharon. It's ridiculous.
It is ridiculous. It will help him. And I honestly think the money's already stashed what money he has left. But the supporters and the super PACs or whatever, he'll figure out how to pay for it legally or not legally. But we have to give credit to his devilish ways. He's number one, the winner of taking things that are horrific and turning them into an advantage. He is number one. I wish I had one of those fingers that they hold up at the games. You know what I'm talking about?
Big foam
those
finger.
Yes, because he's won. You won.
Yeah, he has a singular ability in American history to take everything that should take down a candidate, and he has convinced tens of millions of, unfortunately, just conned marks and gotten them to think that they're a good thing.
For more political news breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/The Damage Report. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.